Hi there, this is David and welcome to our review of Scarlet Nexus for the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox, and PC. This game is absolutely fantastic, and I don't know how it flew under my radar. I'm always on the lookout for good, whimsical action RPGs that are not Souls-likes. And I hate to say it, but I think that is what made me pass on it. I just looked at the cover and I immediately thought that it was going to be a futuristic Souls-like, and I was like, no thanks. But I'm happy that I gave it a second look because boy, what a game. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's start at the beginning. Right from the get-go, you have a male and a female protagonist, each with different combat abilities, partners, and a completely different storyline that you can choose from. This is not Star Ocean 2 where Claude and Reyna meet up after like the first 5 minutes. This is two entirely different games. Think Mana Khemia 2 or Hexus Force in that regard. However, no matter who you choose, you're going to be a member of the OSF, or Other Suppression Force, whose job it is to defend the city from the Others, which are just basically monsters. You're going to be joined by companions who are also in the OSF, and each of them fit an anime trope quite nicely. There's the wise old guy, the cute girl, the shy girl, the little bitch boy, and the sexually ambiguous hottie, among others. Personally, I don't mind the anime aesthetic and the graphics, however, all those tropes can be kind of a turnoff. One thing that really did bother me though, and this is probably just a me problem, but all of their names were in Japanese, and I just kind of tuned out whenever I heard them. So I've been playing the game for many hours now, and I still don't really know anybody's actual name besides like the main characters. Especially because they love to alternate between first and last names all the time too. So unless they're like talking and actively on the screen, I really have no clue who these people are talking about. I just know them as like cute girl, annoyingly shy girl who I skip all of her scenes because she talks so slow, hot older guy, or sexy guy with the weird eyes. As an action RPG, combat is obviously where the game shines. You're put into all sorts of interesting stages, mostly crumbling ruins, where you're going to be using a combination of physical attacks along with psychic attacks to defeat your enemies. Obviously, you can combo your sword attacks together to kill those enemies, but the real fun comes with the psychic powers. As you're fighting, you're going to see R2 showing up on the screen, and you can press it to constantly fling all sorts of crap right into your enemies' faces. You're going to be throwing cars, tanks, concrete blocks, barrels, just everything you can think of. So you're going to be swinging your sword to power up your psychic meter, then use your powers to just knock the shit out of them. It's so satisfying. Using L2 also activates psychic powers, but they're a bit more powerful. You can squeeze oil out of a tanker or fling scaffolding around. And whereas R2 just deals damage, the L2 attacks have quick time events associated with them that can deal extra damage or inflict status ailments. Most of the time, you're going to be joined in combat by two additional partners, each with their own psychic abilities that you can activate with the R1 button. You can add elemental damage to your attacks, turn yourself invisible, see through mists, increase your defense, or just like warp around the battlefield. It's a lot of fun to mix, match, and experiment with them all. Powering up is also pretty fun. Continuing with that theme of brain power, you utilize a brain web or like a skill web where you spend your brain points to gain new powers and unlock new abilities. Each member is almost like a cyborg, because rather than equipped armor, you install plugins which increase your stats, such as defense, attack, HP, and so on. The whole time I kept thinking back to that X-Men cartoon, where everybody just gets together and uses all of their cool powers. The graphics are beautiful, and the story is told in a visual novel type style, kinda similar to the skits in Tales of Arise or Phantasy Star 4. At first I found this to be rather jarring, but it did grow on me. The setting's kind of hard to describe. It's set in a near-future alternate reality Earth, where the vast majority of people have psychic powers, and technology has kind of taken over. It almost feels like you're playing a virtual reality landscape, because little screens will constantly pop up everywhere, and people's faces can kind of look scrambled at times. The voice acting is so well done, and I keep feeling like I'm playing some sort of animated TV show. And for an action RPG, the story is a strong point. You're not just going to be going out and saving the world. I mean, yeah, you're a member of the OSF and you're killing all the invading others, but it quickly becomes so much more than that, with your friends and family dying all around you, other people betraying you, and then more shocking twists every single time that you turn around. The game's divided up into phases, an action and a story phase, and a kind of relaxing downtime phase where you chill in your hideout and talk, bond, and give gifts to your other party members. This will raise your bonding level with them, which unlocks additional powers for them to use during battle. Then, there's brain messages, which are kind of like text messages. You read them for more character development, and it's optional, but it can also trigger bonding events with the other team. You see, because you have two protagonists, you have your team, and then the other protagonist has their team, so this is your only way of bonding with them. Of course, there are side quests too, but for the most part, I ignored them because I just wanted to focus on the story and the combat. And with the addition of quick travel and minimaps, everything is streamlined to be a totally fun experience. This was easily one of my favorite games that I've played in the past year, and while at first it might seem like some generic anime story, it quickly becomes a nail-biter. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this 25-hour epic action RPG. But keep in mind that the playtime can be doubled if you choose to play through the other protagonist's story as well, which I highly recommend that you do if you enjoyed it the first go around. Well, that's it for my review of Scarlet Nexus. How did you feel about the game? Do you agree or disagree? Let me know in the comments. And if you like this video and what I do here on the channel, please consider supporting me over on Patreon, heading on over to Twitch for some streaming fun, or joining the Discord to chat and hang out. The links to them can be found in the video description. This has been David. If you like this, please like, comment, and subscribe, and have a good day.